Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious. Drew Ali is happy when Moors are happy. Vixens wink fake lashes trying to trap me. 40 days and nights battling the lower demons. This is not their land, hybrids can't be free men. If this is not their land, who's the immigrant thinking they're sovereign? Imagination figment, recessive is their status, lacking pigment. Game for the Thanksgiving, but no commitment to indigenous Moors they conquered with Bibles. Signs in the vitals and signs in the cycles, only to strangle, embracing my rivals. Free national standards, not playing with the tribals. Each Moor is their own Christ, not disciples. Whether hands or thoughts, no worshiping idols. Always carry my Moorish Quran, no recitals. Everyone will not process ancients' arrivals. Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious.
Innate mystic ability to show and prove a lesson, coupled with the agility to move you with the message. Presence of divine mind to navigate you with a reference, urgent with a purpose, perfect. Emerging urban legends, real more is not a question or a choice or a preference. You are who you are, you should have the same obsession. Broke the same jewels to a dude, the corner, Jane and Western. What you reppin', all that effort, that direction, keep you separate in a world of blind sheep. I was born to be a shepherd, mind like an elephant. Got the paws of a leopard, means I'm wise and I'm strong. Crank you up like I'm a record, take you to the body shop. Correct your lines to true vector manifestations. Matter, energy, and mind, spirit men unsung. Trey Young dropping dimes. Until you tighten up, you catching splinters from the pine. Clean the clouds out your thoughts, that's what keep you in the bind.
Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
Here we go. Raka! North Star! That way. The North Star's that way. Canaanland knows. Read off pay every day. Okay. Uplift the V cause we all base. We enforce the law and we obey. Forefathers from before and still today. Reading my Quran and my Torah. Universal laws in more rays. Read 4 chapters, receive it 4 ways. Great divine love rules our verse. Before I circle blocks, man, I circle sevens first. You bust the image, but your rhymes hurt. Declare 13 disrespected earth. Love, but it's all in God's plan. Today's mathematics don't judge a man. Unity of life, embodiment of truth. I'm responsible for every deed, cause I seen the proof. No, but Drew X. Do I have to draw it out for you? Cause nationality is not a color I can use. Jerry Spruce, standing on my square, even without shoes. On the highest authority, spirit of blue. Marcus Garvey, whirlwind times 2. The world's in the wind when the trumpet blew.
Stand up, go into your bathroom. If you got a big floor to ceiling, cut the light on and stand and take a good hard look at yourself. You are the Moorish government, you know, and it took me a long time to get to understand that concept. I self-law am master. If I can govern myself, if I can govern my household, that's what I should be doing. Why should I walk out of my door and then leave myself in the house to go out and adopt something that I have no knowledge thereof. Offense. So we need to stop asking that question. I ask myself this question: if not me, then who?
Death and wisdom, my friends, intelligent creatures, guardians of sacred knowledge, Olmec features, secrets of the afterlife, manifest the present day. Dirty moths and scoundrels lose their heads in a pleasant way. Deceit and deception, negative past thoughts, keeps awareness on point. Spirit messages never off. Inner realizations, encounter the higher selves. Next plane existence explains my consistence. Without a foe, you never know, so past most resistant. Divinity, my twin flame, side chick and mistress, metaphysic, Kabbalistic, Almaroc mystic, patriarch, papistics, make my thoughts sadistic, so indigenous, call me Americanistic, invoking the ancestors, Saracen cryptic.
Raka! North Star! That way. The North Star's that way. Canaanland knows. Read off, we pay every day. Uplift the V, cause we are base. We enforce the law and we obey. Forefathers from before is still today. Reading my Quran and my Torah. Universal laws in more ways. Read 4 chapters, receive it 4 ways. Great divine love rules our verse. Before I circle blocks, man, I circle 7s first. You bust the image, but your rhymes hurt. Declare 13 disrespected earth. Love, but it's all in God's plan. Today's mathematics don't judge a man. Unity of life, embodiment of truth. I'm responsible for every deed, cause I seen the proof. No, but Drew X, do I have to draw it out for you? Cause nationality is not a color I can use. Jerry Spruce, standing on my square, even without shoes. On the highest authority, spirit of blue. Marcus Garvey, whirlwind times 2. The world's in the wind when the trumpet blew.
Stand up, go into your bathroom. If you got a big floor to ceiling, cut the light on and stand and take a good hard look at yourself. You are the worst government. You know, and it took me a long time to get to understand that concept. I self-law am master. If I can govern myself, if I can govern my household, that's what I should be doing. Why should I walk out of my door and then leave everything that I know about myself in the house to go out and adopt something that I have no knowledge thereof? Offense. So we need to stop asking that question. I ask myself this question: if not me, then who?
Death and wisdom, my friends, intelligent creatures, guardians of sacred knowledge, Olmec features, secrets of the afterlife, manifest the present day. Dirty moths and scoundrels lose their heads in a pleasant way. Deceit and deception, negative past thoughts, keeps awareness on point. Spirit messages never off. Inner realizations, encounter the higher selves. Next plane existence explains my consistence. Without a foe, you never know, so past most resistant. Divinity, my twin flame, side chick and mistress, metaphysic, Kabbalistic, Almaroc mystic, patriarch, papistics, make my thoughts sadistic, so indigenous, call me Americanistic, invoking the ancestors, Saracen cryptic, suns on rotation, flows ecliptic, shatter all illusions, reveal the realistic, sitting in the dark, holding the light marvelous, recognize the artifice, skin so carbonous, hair so antenna, I feel them from Vienna, myriad of virtues, lessons, in reptilian henna, enlightenment seekers won't find it in mainstream. Focus as a laser, stay balanced like a beam. Not even a gymnast. Whenever I flip this, as above, so below. Get out when within this. Don't think I'm a slave, cause I speak in English. Drew, I'll either water, watch your flames get extinguished. Living in your higher, lower self is relinquished. Reputation of master teachers, call it distinguished.
prophet in Islam. We study the ancient manuscripts, Moorish Quran. Everything we do is halal, some haram. Know it sounds like the hook, but this is the song. When I see a brother, I greet him with salam. Want the whole truth about Hitler and Saddam. Devastated what you did in Vietnam. Out of this advantage, so they had to use bombs. It's been a few years, I read my Proverbs and Psalms. When I see my sisters, I tell them sit calm. It's your destiny, you hold it in your palm. Mr. Popularity never cared about the prom. One of life's great mysteries, young phenom. I am that I am, that's word to my mom. Moved out the rough edges, eliminate the harms. Know what you're pledging, no Uncle Tom's. We're coming for our territory, taking back Guam. With that old time good spell, I wave my magic wand. And the omnipresent vibration sound is on. It's on.
Don't give it away. Yo, Mars don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate, they copy. I'm the master tape. Our mothers and the fathers great. Get me to stay. Great masterpiece for masters trying to masterpiece. This time I'm like a masterpiece. This law gon' get me the bread. Yo, Mars don't give it away. They play your life but try to take you. Can you count how many times I'll try and break you? Try to guide a great clue. Struggle size 8 you. A mind of my own with a great truth. I sip a little Grey Goose while swerving on the state troops while plotting my escape of they rules, they schools, they jewels. They couldn't help my shine like chemicals. I'm at the top of my class on the pedestal. I throw that lead at you. That's HB number 2. And keep my name out your mouth unless it's about to spread my youth. Quarter come up with the money that you run up when this crow game turn up in my young guards aim and shoot. With your lame excuse, no, I never dad. This a full force sound system, level that. Yo, you only talking fiat where your level's at. This is God body, show me where the devil at. I'll let you read what this life about. We the lawmakers, architects, and still they doubt. We keep it factual, with math and science practical. They love to hate the natural, pain with the gain, no clout. A little fame couldn't stray, I remain on route. I move mountains, earthquakes on speakers. Something off the counting these occurrences, they speechless. For the world, I'm the teacher. I'm sure like the beaches, keeping everything du jour. I'm the one with the features that they envy. We the reason that they seek us to take us out every season. So, Morris don't give it away. Yo, Morris don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate, they copy. I'm the master tape. Our mothers and the fathers great. Give me the stay. Create the masterpiece. The masters trying to masterpiece. This time I'm like a masterpiece. This law gon' get me the bread. Yo, Morris don't give it away. Yo, Morris don't give it away. Why am I in this?
Good.
Character, right?
Good. Goddess outstanding, keeps order, she du jour. I thought Orisha Omega deity, she a more. Amongst the elite, but relate to the core. She command the fleet first to step on the shore. Snooze never sleep, won't hear me snore.
Hey yo, play me once, you'll never snake me twice. Break this smoke and never save my life. Never rolling with that piece, so respect my life. Respect my life, yo. Morris don't give it away. Yo, Morris don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate, they copy. I'm the master tape. Our mothers and the fathers great. Give me the stay. Create the masterpiece. The masters trying to masterpiece. This time I'm like a masterpiece. This law gon' get me the bread. Yo, Morris don't give it away. Yo, Morris don't give it away. Respect my life. 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 Never. Hello. ¿Cómo está? Hey. You know the PM studio, man. 7998 Premier Road. Yeah, go with it. Hello. Buenas noches. Why did I go to the end of the song for real?
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. Or keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mix it with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt Bay, rapping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J, Israel. Had no but I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death dip in slavery. Looking for light, the book of Genesis. Astroplane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life, finish him.
Morris Omar, key man or oracle. Using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost in metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Facts slap a dirty more or a Drew Ali critic. Calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved. Or cut like a close shave.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. Or keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mix it with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt Bay, rapping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J, Israel. Had no but I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death dip in slavery. Looking for light, the book of Genesis. Astroplane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life, finish him.
Morris Omar, key man or oracle. Using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost in metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Facts slap a dirty more or a Drew Ali critic. Calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved. Or cut like a close shave. Drowned in my brain waves, squashed by heat waves. Activating Kundalini. Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini. Selassie I in exile. Reptile in Genesis, niggas appearing real. All I see is false evidence. VAR feminists, stomped on by elephants. Won't like go prejudice, but want Moorish benefits. When you feel the pull, magnetic resonance. Apis horns of the sacred book, all maleficent. Great cosmic mothers, return to blessedness. No pestilence, ace all the testaments. Tap into remembrance, never to forget again. Use energy right, not put spell effects on men. Wandering the earth plane with no they live shades. Keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades. It's been decades since Christian crusades. Not enough rebellions, too many vigil bouquets. Holding on to the fence, burning on doomsday. War ruled by Mars, it might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?
This is what it feels like. 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 up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts, with Moors they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the convo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take more science to the highways and hedges, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
He tried to get you to think again. That's the prophet. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'ma write with my pen. Violate me and I'ma send Brits again. Remain cautious, cause often they sin again. That's in the police out, just the silence men. When they bust through your door, you won't breathe again. Nationality will show you how to live again.
This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts, with Moors they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the convo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take more science to the highways and hedges, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
He tried to get you to think again. That's the prophet. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'ma write with my pen. Violate me and I'ma send Brits again. Remain cautious, cause often they sin again. That's in the police out, just the silence men. When they bust through your door, you won't breathe again. Nationality will show you how to live again. It can change the predicament you're living in. You can heal the whole world without medicine. Only truth can make you a better man. Why lie? Cause you got paid to murder men. Then you try to lock them up when they riot in. That's okay, cause for freedom I'm diving in. With no knowledge, you come back to die again. Resurrect me not, cause I'd rather be one with Allah.
This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
Islam, honors to all. Welcome, we're here. Another Canaanland Moors Q&A Wednesday, Season 2. So before we get to the chat, we had some in the email that we'll get on first before we get to the chat. So just hold your chat questions for right now. Let's get through this. All right, first one. Islam, GS, peace and love. I wasn't able to join the Q&A on the live, but I have since watched it several times. I was hoping to ask you a few questions regarding some of your comments, not for the Q&A, but personally. They are as follows. And because we're all Moors, right, so it's personal to everyone if, they resonate with your questions. So we'll go through them and make them for the class. There are plenty of people who were on BS before they became aware of more science. What is it about President Cannon Bay and his present-day activities that makes you feel like he is still on BS? As soon as they make up some fake stuff and they start mentioning Noble Drew Ali and all that stuff, and they're parading around with stars and stripes and all that, they're full of BS. I don't care how long they've been in this. I don't care what they used to say before. I don't care about any of that. Everybody knows that Noble Drew Ali is the foundation to us knowing that we're Moors and proclaiming it and declaring it and being Moors. Everybody knows Noble Drew Ali is the only one who told us that we're Moors. Everyone who studies knows this. Nobody else telling us that we're Moors. Noble Drew Ali only. Then all these people are going to make up their fake whatever, that they're the whatever for the people to be saved and all that, full of BS. And I could talk because, we're Moorish Science Temple of America. We're Moorish Divine National Movement. We're Moorish Holy Temple of Science. We ain't say that we're anything else. From day one, Noble Drew Ali up front, and we're going to do whatever it is that we have to do. Because we already know we've been knowing people sold out. Before we were Moors, when we were black guys, we already accepted the fact that our people sold us out. It's not some new stuff. Like just like when you go Moorish Science Temple of America, for example, right now, right? And then there's going to be factions, right? And then there's going to be two different conventions going on and all that. And you're thinking that something's going on when people sold us out. And some of us are the last ones, got our string in there. We're stitching up some parts that we got control over, and we're stitching up our side, and at least our side, we know what we did for our side of what these people messed up. To talk about their presidents and all this stuff. Stop the BS. You're a sheik, you're a sheikess, you're a grand sheik, you're a governor. What are your president? Only president is Noble Drew Ali. Who else is the president? What do you mean? The only prophet is Noble Drew Ali. You tell me about some reincarnated whatever? What the hell? What do you mean reincarnated? That's after Noble Drew Ali. What were you listening to them for? And again, I'm just a dust in the corner. I'm nobody. I'm nobody. I'm a Moor just like any other Moor out here. So USAR is Urban Search and Rescue. That's not United States Republic and all that stuff. That's BS. USAR is Urban Search and Rescue. That's what that is. And I don't care if they got documents and then they went and they got on a plane and they went somewhere using their USAR documents, and I don't care about none of that. Hell does that mean? So what? So what, you use your documents to go somewhere, and how come the Moors' conditions isn't getting better because of these people saying that they're presidents and all that? I know what we're doing is for the better, because Moors send me their children's stuff or whatever like that, showing that they're getting hundreds and all that. And they're getting hundreds because they were sitting there with their dad or their mom when they were watching Canaanland Moors and Taj and Aleem and Asir, and they were there. And they're getting hundreds. And I know that's directly because of my influence. That's just directly because of other Moors' influence, who they're doing this for the goodness of humanity. Not doing this for some prestige. Ample amounts of Moors send me their children's report cards and all that. We don't put that stuff out online and all that. We put out one or two. Ample amount of Moors. And their children know who they are. And their children don't have to do any Black History Month when they go to school and all that. They're over there doing something else. They're getting personal phone calls from teachers and all that stuff about how great their children are. So we know the good that we're doing. Right? Go President Cannon Bay and whatever. Go see if they are doing something, or they're just sitting around talking BS. Right? And again, I'm nobody. I'm just a dust in the corner. I'm nothing. Nothing. I'm that stuff that you have that's been sitting there for 3 years. And it's just there. You know it's there, but you know it's not really doing nothing. It's just there. Nobody. You don't have to hear what I'm saying or nothing like that. You use your own discernment. Use your common sense. And you tell yourself. Right? You use your common sense. So when we know these people are fraud, because no way this guy's the Moors president. No way. No way. No, there's no more who's going to say that's their president unless they're USAR. And then knowing these people are a fraud, well, what are we doing? We know they're a fraud. What are you joining up on their stuff for? They're a fraud. What are you joining that for? Where did Moby Drew Ali say join USAR? Where find USAR in Drew Ali's stuff? If that's the stuff, then we got to put that up against Drew Ali then. Like, we have to put it up against Drew Ali's stuff. If they're saying they're the man. All right, where's their convention pictures? Where's their pictures of them sitting down with dignitaries or whatever? This is the president, right? So there must be some type of record he's been sitting down with somebody for the Moors, if he's the president for the Moors. Anything? You ever even just ask Google? And see what Google tell you about these people? So yeah, they're still on BS. USAR is a fraud. It would always be a fraud, and that's just what it is. Whoever wants to go over there, hey, go over there. Don't complain to me after, though. Because I already told you. There are multiple fractions with whom Master Teacher G.S. Taj Tariq Bey has associated, then disassociated himself with, including R.V. Bey, from what I have heard. Yet he continues to make himself available there. Dave Chappelle, oh no, hold on. He continues to make himself available to Dr. G by choice. I'm sure we agree that GS is a very intelligent man and Dr. G isn't holding a gun to his head. So with that being said, why do you constantly condemn her when he makes the decision to be there? Dave Chappelle is a devout Muslim, yet he still uses his stage name. What's the difference with her? There's no difference. They're no different than Nas is going to say Noble Drew Ali in a song, and then they're going to talk about drones, Nasir drones. There's no difference. Who said there's a difference? You think because I laugh at Dave Chappelle or something like that, oh, I'm riding with everything? No. But again, I'm just a dust in the corner. I have my personal preference of whatever it is. I have my personal preference, and you can't tell me jack, because that's my personal preference. So when I see Church of Reawakening Minds founder lady still saying G, no L, no Bay, and all that stuff, and she's been sitting with the master teacher all these years, she ain't proclaimed no nationality yet. The transition hasn't been made. So if it's a corporate thing, okay, well then just let everybody know it's a corporate thing. This is not about teaching and all that stuff. This is about using the master teacher because he has the influence to get everybody to come over here and buy whatever it is that we're selling, because they got Cannon Bay on there. They got the lady on there who was talking about 7,000 for some meditation or something like that. They got anybody who wants to, leech off you through them, using the master teacher as the way to do that. Y'all got played. It's not because of the master teacher, because master teacher told you not to follow him years ago. He said, don't follow him. Why? Why do you do that? Why do you do that? Oh, because everybody knows that Taj Tariq Bey is going to make himself available to anybody. Once the information's getting out, he doesn't care. Once the information's getting out, he doesn't care what platform it is, Negro, black, orange, blue, whatever platform, he's going to go on there. Because all he's about is getting the information up. And that's all he's about, and that's all he's always been about. And that's what he's going to continue to be about. And he has his own preference. Do whatever he wants to. I'm mad. Not mad at him. It has nothing to do with him. Why everybody keep bringing up him? Like this has something to do with him. This has something to do with that lady who's next to him. Because she's not, proclaim more or nothing like that. She's been G forever. So I'm going with that. That's what it is. Just like Nas and everybody else who said mention Noble Drew Ali and talk about Moors and all that stuff, but they ain't coming up here saying that L and Bay and all that stuff. They're not talking like that. Right? I have my preference. I'm not going on there. Even if he's on there, I'm not going on there. Right? Nothing to do with him. Because I know what these people are doing. They got platforms and they could play this like they're not getting finance in the back. And then things aren't changing. 600 people got on a thing, and then those 600 people aren't getting with 600 other ones from last week and getting some stuff done. People just on this revolving door doing nothing, just going sit there to learn, and then you're not even taking notes or nothing like that. You're just sitting there listening to stuff. You're not serious. You're not serious. And more who study already know what it is. You know, would have the 50 textbooks stacked up with notes. They go back to some stuff from 5 years ago. Notes blow your mind. Stuff people were taking notes about back then. And that was just 5 years ago. People have gotten fat and lazy because know thyself is just so convenient now. You don't have to go get it. You don't have to seek to know anymore. Stuff just in your lap. You don't have to do jack. Just sit there. Just be a glutton. Glutton for info. The master teacher will be on there, cuss you out and all that stuff to their face. And they still come back next week with the same BS. Then he has to go over the same BS again. On the live, you pointed out that you all had been to Mecca several times within the last 3 years to do free lectures, and neither Canon Bay or any of his affiliates attended any of your lectures. You also referred to the online meetings as secret meetings. So, A, have you gone to usar.gov.us website to see that they tell you how to join free open forums every Wednesday? And if so, B, have you gone on there to reach out to him or them? They're a fraud. There's nothing called usar.gov.us. That's a fraud. There's no Moorish government, whatever, called USAR. That's BS. And they only call themselves USAR because that's urban search and rescue. And years ago, when he was promoting fire truck selling, and there's pictures with him standing by the fire truck. I don't know what they were selling fire trucks or buying fire trucks or whatever like that. And the fire truck said USAR on the fire truck. And he had a picture standing under the USAR. And they were talking about we're see what the Moors got. The Moors have fire trucks because we're going to be the government for the Moors. That was years ago. Then now today, there's some government, whatever. I'm supposed to say, forget Noble Drew Ali and Moore Science Temple and go to their class? To do what? What am I going to their class for? They're a fraud. Why am I going to their class for? I don't need them to know about being Moors. What the hell are they doing for me about being Moors? We're what Noble Drew Ali founded. We're not some make up our own stuff over here and try to pretend like we're doing something more official than Noble Drew Ali. Because people are too dumb to realize that Noble Drew Ali brought us government, and they keep looking at this some religious corporation, whatever thing only, and that's the only way that they see this thing and look at it. When there's all these multiple facets that's included in this that people don't know about because they've been trained to think that this is some religious whatever, and that's it. Every other jurisdiction, they're going to have a governor there, and they're going to say, oh, when he comes in the room, they're going to stand up and shake his hand and all that stuff because he's governor. And then Noble Drew Ali said governor, and oh, that's a religious thing? Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Now, if they're saying they're Moorish Science Temple or something like that, or they're Moorish Divine National Movement, or they're saying Noble Drew Ali and all that stuff, then okay, well, now we could could go watch some videos or something. These people aren't with Noble Drew Ali. Right? These people aren't with him. They're a fraud. And anyone who's a fraud, whatever they're doing is not going to stand. Period. Because the only way you're going to make it through is if Noble Drew Ali is up front. You're not making it through the fire without Drew Ali. Everybody wants to make it out the fire without Drew Ali. And then get burned to a crisp and then come back again and get burned to a crisp again. Doing the same BS, not putting Drew Ali up front. So it's not a personal attack because somebody is a, no, these people are fraud. Just like, you know, seedless grapes are a fraud. That's just what it is. Because if it's a fruit, it's supposed to have seeds. As soon as you see seedless, you already know that's a fraud. Dummies, who it doesn't matter and all that stuff, they're going to go get the seedless grapes. They don't care. Right? They don't care. Because they don't know any better. They're dumb. They haven't studied to know that grapes without seeds are manufactured in a lab. That didn't grow from a tree. That's lab food. No grapes without seeds. There's no watermelon without seeds. That's a fiction. The same way that's a fiction, same way USAR is a fiction. Because if they were something, they would have done something by now. You don't think they would have done something by now if they're somebody? They haven't done shit. What have they done? Show me something that they've done. What has the USAR done? What have they done? Name me 10 things they did. And I go on here and I ask 10 people on here, 10 things that Canaanland Moors did for you. Guaranteed they'll have 10 things that they can say that was done for them personally, that affected their life personally, to make it better. Not to keep it in the same BS that it's been in, but to make it better. Not tooting the horn and all that stuff. We don't have to do that. That's not what this is about. Are you sincere and faithful to what Noble Drew Ali brought? Or you're a traitor and you're a sellout? Yeah, this is not hard stuff to figure out. Oh, and here they come with the trolls, right? Because then the trolls, and then you know it's the troll because they don't have the damn thumbnail picture. Right? You already know it's the troll. Intake what? You intake yourself. You people are nuts. I don't care what you people say. If you're not putting Noble Drew Ali up front, you're a fraud. Because Drew Ali is the foundation for us knowing that we're Moors and having El Bey Al Ali and parading around like we're somebody. We got rights and all that stuff. We're not Negro blacks. And Nobody was teaching us that. Only Noble Drew Ali was teaching us that. Only Noble Drew Ali. I don't have to hear jack from anybody claiming that they're Moors. Especially if they're not with Noble Drew Ali and Moor Science Temple and they're creating their own stuff over there and trying to make it sound as if that they're the whatever for the Moors. You're right. You're right. This is Q&A Wednesday. This is not Kudrow or Canaanland Moors and a USAR president debate. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. We only brought up USAR because it was sent in an email. That's the only reason why USAR is subject matter right now. So get off the horse. Get off the horse. Stop the BS. As if somebody's here for you. You people never been on this stuff. We did 100 Q&As. Where the hell were you for the last 100 Q&As? All of a sudden there's a USAR question and then you're on here? Please. Do you think people are born yesterday or something? You're not even in the damn. You are a question. That's why you're subject matter right now. Cannon Bay was a question. We ain't talking about some USARs if you people are somebody. You're nobody. Because the consulate shit didn't work. Now they're trying with the USAR. And then that's not going to work. And then they're going to bring in somebody else again now, running some other fraud. And try to convince you that that's where you should go. And then the master teacher is going to be on there. So you're thinking in your head, oh, he's validating all these BS stuff that these people are pushing. But no, he's not. Who told you that? Where did he say go to USAR classes? Where did he say that at? Well, you can't think because people make him guilty by association. People make him guilty by association. Because you go back and check all the stuff that he did, he doesn't pump and plug anybody. All he plugs is info. Nobody get no shout outs. And the only reason you get a shout out because you're at the lecture and you're sitting up front or something like that, you might get a shout out. He ain't getting going running down the list. He's not a Kush Day running down the list of everybody. Honors to this person and that. No, he's not. Stop it. Stop it. And it's from him that we learned the Noble Drew Ali up front. Drew Ali up front. Playing around. What is it that you have against us as Moorish Americans having our own government and courts and whatnot, just as China or Russia or Germany does? I'm not against Moorish Americans having their own government. I know that is through what Noble Drew Ali brought, not some stuff that somebody made up some fake name 5 years ago and they're saying that that's for the Moors. That's not it. You're not creating something today that's going to be the thing that's going to save the Moors. Stop it. The only salvation is through Noble Drew Ali and what he brought. And he brought us government. That's why the other, whether it's at the union, whether it's at the Job, whether it's at the courthouse, whether it's in the government building, the secretary, or she's the record keeper. He's the man, because he knows all those files back there in those cabinets or whatever like that. He knows all that. More say we got secretary. But just thinks that's some religious thing. Instead of looking at it like the China, see how China has a secretary? All right, well, that's what the Moore Science Temple secretary is. See, Russia has a secretary? All right, that's what. You see, the Germany has a secretary? Well, that's exactly what the Moore Science Temple of America secretary is. Oh, no, but we don't want that. We want to go to these people over here. They made up some stuff yesterday. They don't even honor Noble Drew Ali. They're making up flags and all that stuff, waving that around. And I'm supposed to leave Noble Drew Ali, who brought me everything it takes to save a nation, and go to these people over here who came yesterday and they're doing BS with what Noble Drew Ali brought? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I have no problem with us being governed. Matter of fact, there's a moron here right now who, from the religious perspective, needed a letter for the court. And he didn't go to a notary public and all that stuff. He went to his temple. He went to his Grand Sheik. He went to his governmental official to engage with this other governmental official. That's government. The USAR find me 10 people who they assisted. That's all. I'm not asking much. 10 people. Let them put their appellation and let them email their testimony about USAR and don't let me tell me about that it's some, somebody with some leadership position. Or I'm talking about the common USAR member. 10 of them who, whatever situation that they had, USAR helped them. And then, if they do send the testimony, and the testimony says that their stuff worked 1,000%, it's still a fraud. Because that ain't no stuff that Noble Drew Ali brought. Islam, brother Kudroel. I have a few questions. How can you travel with a child, baby, with our social security number or birth certificate? Well, the good thing about children is that they don't need ID to travel, unless it's international. And international, you could use a non-governmental identification for a child. For under 18, you don't even have to show anything. And if they are looking for something, again, it could be a non-governmental identification, right? So a student card will fall under that, right? A live birth record will fall under that. Birth certificate will fall under that. Because it's under 18, they don't, they're not concerned. It's the big children that they're worried about. And I don't have children or whatever like that. That's from my knowledge of dealing with Moors with children that, they're doing whatever they got to do for them and their children. And some parents figured it out. They figured out how to navigate. And it's working very well for them. How they've been navigating. But you're gonna have to talk with, Moors with children, for those type of conversations. What advice would you give to the youth, young Moors learning about their birthrights and Moor science? The main thing is make sure that wherever you're getting your information from, whoever you're learning from, that they're sincere. And fact check everything that they say. Because with age of information overflowing like the waterfall right now, learning is it's once you have the time, you learn whatever. So can't say what to learn and all that stuff, but on these travels about more science and nationality and birthrights, make sure the reference, the source of the reference, is sincere. Right. Good-minded, good-hearted individuals. People that don't have, inflated egos and are in the right mindset. Because knowledge is also an energy transfer. And the right knowledge given the wrong way is dangerous. A majority of people who decide to go on the side of, teach people wrong or cause confusion, they mess a lot of people up. Because certain people shouldn't be presenting information. Because they're not sincere. The best way to know is to fact check. Don't take anything that you hear or see or read as that's just what it is. Double check, triple check. Moors like to say, measure twice, cut once. You'll be cutting 50 times. Another thing is when you find out who these sincere Moors are, try to press palms with them. Try to be around them, engage them, meet up with them. Because there's something about there's something about Moors connecting that's different than when you're Negro Black and then you do say Million Man March or a barbecue or a christening or whatever it is that our people do. That energy of us getting together is created, but with the Moorish mindset, there's like an absorption that allows you to leave feeling, that you not that only that you did something meaningful, but it's energized you to keep going on. Most of the time, after the barbecue, you're going home to sleep because you are a glutton. Right? There's something about Moors linking up. So another piece of advice is make sure you connect with Moors. Being in individuals' presence that you're on the same mindset with is one thing. Being in individuals' presence that know about their nationality and birthrights, that's a whole different thing. What advice would you specifically give to the Moorish women that are healing from the mental slavery and childhood traumas? Know that I had read it today. Every demon is a master. So look at the mental slavery and the childhood traumas are as lessons that you're supposed to learn. Don't be victim to the traumas. The experience was for a lesson. If you're still here, you didn't say jump off something or whatever like that because of the trauma, then you still have heart. You're still connected spiritually. And it happened to get you to that lowest point so you can rise to your highest point, because you have to reach your lowest lows before you can really, evolve into who it is you're supposed to be. So the foundation is you, is woman. Once you're right, everything else will be right. As we see, because you're messed up, we see how stuff, nature's messed up, air's messed up, food's messed up, everything having to do with mother is messed up. So she has to be right. Once she's right, everything else would fall into balance. That's the importance of Noble Juali holding the woman. Right? Saving her. because it's all about her. And the healing starts with you and the other sister over there and the other sisters down there getting together. Right? Stopping the black mind stuff about, whatever issues you people don't see eye to eye or whatever about and have issues. Getting rid of all that BS. And just because you're a Moorish woman, start with a clean slate. Because you're a Moorish woman. You're not a Negro black colored woman. Since you're Moorish, then this stuff should be easy then. And then remember, you have all the lessons in the Sisters Auxiliary. So that the woman can take her place. It's all for her benefit. Because when she's good, everything is going to be good. So Ajwali said, give her 2 apples. Because he knows what she's been through. He knows what some of the BS that we put her through too. So you owe her an apple. And we're supposed to be the help for her to get out of the mental slavery and the childhood traumas. We're not supposed to be adding on to the BS that she's been going through. And yeah, it's different. It's different with the women because their childhood traumas, the emotions are higher. It's deeper. But regardless of what that is, you're still here. All right, then you made it out of that for a reason. Learn the lessons that you're supposed to learn through those traumas. One, so that this stuff never happen again. Because you've accepted what it is and that you have to be over it in order to move on. If you don't get over it, you never move on. You be triggered into that childhood state at any time. But it starts with knowing your worth. And you could do little things like doing the little affirmations. Write those out, print them out, whatever, post them up all over the place. The energy changing ritual, of getting the mind in the right direction. So that with proper thinking, with using the mind properly, then you'll get different results because everything is mental. So when she realized that she's the thing that makes everything work and move and whatever like that. And when she's in balance, everything's going to be in balance, and she's going to do everything in her power to get herself right. And then get with the other ones that are trying to get themselves right, and then that's how you have the sisters' council or the women's whatever like that, where they all get together and do their little woman whatever, and that keeps us going for another 50 billion years because they figured their stuff out. But it all takes time, nothing's overnight, especially healing. So use the Moorish women who already know themselves. Use them. Connect with them. Build relationships with them. And going back to the same thing like with the learning, make sure that these people are sincere. Because sincerity and things like loyalty and all that stuff are things that are proven. You can't fake those. Right? And Use your common sense. Everything doesn't have to be told to you. You could figure this stuff out if you just think, like Drew Ali said. Think and save yourself. But you want to get right, just go khalifamedia.com and go get that Sisters Auxiliary book. And then any information, especially these books dealing with the matriarch and divine feminine and all that stuff, any books like that, do you get anything in that? And there's so much stuff that's gonna pop up, cosmic goddesses and all that stuff, going in that realm. As far as a Moorish woman, study some of those stuff. You see, you'll be healed tomorrow. Islam. I haven't been in the chat for a little bit. Let me see what's good with the Moors. Honest to all the Moors. The chat's been busy. Honors to all. Oh, we got another email too. So we'll check that. Oh yeah, we're fake, but urban search and rescue intake is the real deal. Yeah, all right, urban search and rescue. All right. How is the Moorish science international? How is the Moorish science an international government? Everything that Noble Drew Ali was doing, as far as the activity, was under the Moorish Divine and National Movement. Started under the Canaanite temple. Obviously, that wasn't working. So it evolved. Moorish Divine National Movement, working amazing, getting the work done. Now, when we go to the authority and it says, Mohammedan and Quran and all that, that's international, isn't it? It's international, right? We agree that that's international, right? Having Sultan in the Quran, that's international. Divine warning to the nations, that's international. Pan-American Conference, that's international. And he was going to those things as the founder and president. He was addressing people as Moorish Science Temple of America. There's people who are in quote unquote government. That's why he told the Moors, go to those who know law. That's why we have a constitution. But we have a constitution if we're not government. Oh, because they're a religious corporation. That's where you're messing up. Because this isn't only religious if it's civic. It can't be only religious if it's divine and national. National is part of international. It's right there. It's not something that has to be explained. It's right there. The Mufti, that's government. The Black Fez is government. That's not religious. It's right there. We don't want to accept it as what it is because we're too busy looking at everything else except what Noble Drew Ali brought. And Garvey had the Black Cross nurses and all that stuff. Was there some religious thing? It's right there in our face. We don't want to accept it for that. So we're going to be destroyed. Ain't nothing. You want to keep playing around. You already know what the foundation is. Why am I listening to somebody who came yesterday that haven't even matched up to what Noble Drew Ali did? They haven't even matched up. We're not saying surpass what Noble Drew Ali did. They haven't even matched up to what Noble Drew Ali did. And I'm going to listen to them? Not making sense. It doesn't even make sense. The way I see it, we got to come together. If we're going to come together, if we're going to say, okay, let's come together, shouldn't that be done already? And then why isn't it being done? Because there's a sellout. And there's people who are purposefully not going to come together. And that's not something new. It's been like that. So the coming together are the ones who actually want to do something and get some stuff done. And they're going to get together and do whatever has to get done. But you think we're still here? All this time since 2008, we're still here? Think we're still here calling ourselves? We're still here because there's Moors out here who know that they're Moors, and they know Noble Drew Ali is the foundation, and there ain't nothing else other than Noble Drew Ali, and that's what we're riding with. And that is what it is. Right, just join the temple if they want unity. Oh well, because you see the temple, and then they start talking crazy. They want to know how come we can't get stuff together. What you mean? Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. People are still not accepting the fact that there was a sellout. All right? People sold out. The only reason we know that we're Moors is because of Noble Drew Ali. He's the only one who told us that our nationality is Moorish American. No one else told us this. So at this juncture in time, Anybody who's saying that there are more should be honoring Noble Drew Ali, is right. And if they're not, okay, that's why you're going through BS. You're selling stuff. Get to this next question. Do you believe that you have matched up with the prophet? Not even close. Not even close. But compared to the ones who had this after the prophet, well, we definitely match up with those people and probably surpass some of them. Because people that had turbans and feathers on have done nothing with this. They've done so much nothing that we had to go out and bring this here because they didn't establish it here already. So we surpassed mad people who had this information. But we're not even close to match up with the prophet. Not even close. But there's stuff that he was doing that we can't even fathom doing because the people aren't even trying to go there. Are you one of those people that wants to reclaim what is rightfully ours through a government of our own? Yes. But the government of our own is what Noble Drew Ali brought. And he exercised as that, and it was successful. So what are we waiting around for? Oh, we want to make some new thing and do it over there and think that it's going to have the same. Oh, all right, cool. Name yourself something that was created yesterday, or name yourself something that's been around for 100 years. You're going to name yourself after something that came yesterday? Well, we definitely want what's ours. Most definite. Why wouldn't we want that? But we're not getting that playing around that we're everything except what Noble Drew Ali brought. Not getting jacked. We are already our own government. And the defunct de facto United States America government is the blueprint, but from allodial de jure principles. Everything's right there in our face. If what these people were doing was sincere, then everybody would be down with that. If what they're doing was sincere, then they would have been around longer than they're around. Like we're talking about, what we're talking about has been around for 100 years. What these people are talking about that stuff's been around 10 years tops. We'll give them 20. $100 years, 20 years. I'm going with 100-year stuff. I'm going with 20 years stuff. The hell? Just came yesterday. What do they know? No one's telling me that what they have is better than what Noble Drew Ali brought. It can't be. Because their stuff hasn't been around for 100 years. But even if it was started on some BS, it was started. So that means it's BS. If it was started on some BS, then that means it's BS. If you build your mansion out of shit, you expect people to go there? If you have shit furniture at your house, you really think people are coming over to check you? Because your heart is pure. Oh, your heart is so pure. Please. That's why people get played. Because they don't use discernment. They don't use their common sense. Moors killed Noble Drew Ali, and they really think that Moors are looking out for their best interests. Especially starting up some fake stuff and claiming that there's some type of authority. Right. Let's tell you again, nothing's wrong with us having our own government. We're saying our own government is what Noble Drew Ali brought. That's our own government. We don't need to go out there and make up some other stuff. As soon as we go out there and make up some other stuff, we played ourselves. We have government already. The red flag with the green 5-point star, that's international, isn't it? Doesn't that represent a government? Why are we in denial like it doesn't? Drew Ali brought everything it takes. If we haven't implemented everything that Drew Ali brought, what are we making up stuff for? He brought everything it takes to save the nation. Right. So we're great, but don't trust each other? No, those aren't my brothers and sisters. Those are traitors. Those are my friends or something like that. The people who I trust, they have the same mindset that I have. They think just like I think. Their frequency is just like my frequency. Their energy is just like my energy. There ain't no debate when we get together and we build or whatever like that. There's no imbalance in the energies. Because everything is coming from the same perspective. Like there's nothing to debate. Yeah, we're gonna have some arguments and all that and whatever. But we're unified. Yeah, we're gonna have disagreements. Why not? Sounds like a click. How does it sound like a click? We're saying we are our own government. Somebody else is saying, nah, you're not your government. We are the government, and you got to do your Moorish whatever through us because we're the ones that are the... No, you're not. I ain't voted for none of these people. Whoever's making claims that they're presidents and prime ministers and whatever for the Moors, I never voted for any of them. I'm a Moorish American. My vote wasn't counted. So that has nothing to do with me, what they're claiming. They claim whatever they want to claim. That doesn't mean I have to go run chasing behind them because they say that they're the Moorish consulate, so I got to chase them. What am I chasing them for? I don't need a consulate to do nothing for me. What do I need them for? To do what? Especially when they're talking about 7,000 and 5,000 and all that stuff. What am I going to them for? You can go to them if you want to. Ain't nobody telling you don't go to them. How do Moors contact the Secretary of State of the Moor Science Temple government? There's no Secretary of State for the Moor Science Temple government. There's a Grand Secretary. But what are you contacting the Grand Secretary for if you're not a member of the Moor Science Temple? Like, you'd have to be a member of it in order to have a say. You can't have a say if you're not a member. So there's no need for a Moor who's not a member of the Moor Science Temple of America to speak to the secretary. Because you're not a member there. What you want to speak to them for? Speak to the Grand Sheikh if you want to talk to somebody. The secretary's internal. Unless you have business with the secretary being a member of the organization. And again, if you want to speak with somebody, there's the Grand Sheikh you could contact. And you got contact with the Grand Sheikh already. And again, what's the perspective? If you're looking at it like the Grand Sheikh of the religious corporation, then you don't know what you're looking at. Because if you're going to know that there's a Moor Science Temple of America, then you know that there's a Grand Sheikh. And if there's a Grand Sheikh, you know that that's government. It's all in the administrative functions. It's all government. So in the Moor Science Temple government, you have to give something to get something. It doesn't cover all Moors. Not if you're not a member. You have to be a member of the Drill Society to get the benefits. Why would you get the benefits if you're not a member? Just like anything else. Why you want Walmart points and you're at Shoppers Drug Mart? Like, what are you mean? Right? All Moors are covered if they're a member. Hell yeah. You're a member. Of course you're covered. But if you're not a member, ain't no coverage. You're getting coverage for it. You're not a member. You get it? We're talking about what Noble Drew Ali started this as. We're not talking about what you're seeing today and you're looking at today and then Noble Drew Ali's time. No, we're talking about when Noble Drew Ali was around. This was government. He was a dignitary. He wasn't some black guy walking around. He was official. And he was recognized as such. The training has been so thick in making what Noble Drew Ali brought be a religious whatever, that people got stuck in that mindset that this is some religious corporation. That stuff is 1928. Drew Ali transitioned 1929. This stuff was around a year. Like what you mean that's the all and be all of what's going on? There must have been something greater going on before that stuff. And if the greater thing was going on before that, then what are we just stuck on this one thing? Oh, because we've been trained to look at it like that. And that's training. Peace and love. Can you elaborate on authentication of the birth certificate for a Moor who's just coming into this being told and misguided by others to do so? The instrument known as the birth certificate is void. It's a void instrument. So when you authenticate it, you give it life. You make it be something when it's a dead thing. So when you authenticate it, you make it be something. Now, why would you want to do that? Who said that authenticating a birth certificate is beneficial to your livelihood? It's just a trick to get your finance. That's all. Just like a notary is a trick to get your finance when you could just get 3 witnesses. But these are games that people play in order to go in your pockets because they don't want to go toil. They don't want to start a business. They don't want to do any of that. They want to sit on their ass and have you fill them. Right? But you're going out for your hard-earned whatever like that and busting your back to give these people your $5,000 for some papers. That they shouldn't even be telling you $5,000. It should be free. Because it has nothing to do with them. When you authenticate, it has nothing to do with them. You go to some other office and they're giving you the cover letter. It's not even coming from the people who told you authenticate the whatever. You're doing that and you're going to somebody else. You're not going to these people you gave $5,000 to in some process. It's called void ab initio. The birth certificate is void. You ever cash a void check? How come? It's void. What you have to do is study and learn the truth about your nationality and your birthrights, not processes. And in learning the truth about your nationality and birthrights, that's how you free yourself. Some paper is not going to free you. You're going to free you. And again, going back to the thing with the energy. And you know who the sincere are. Because you can't fake that. You can't fake righteousness. There's many false prophets in the lands right now, leading the people astray. Many. So be mindful. Too many to name. But be mindful. Make sure you fact check people, not just their info. Fact check them too. Pull them up on YouTube. Pull them up on Google. Ask AI about them. See who these people are, so you can know who you're dealing with. And don't tell you BS, have you going out there doing BS, messing yourself up, putting hexes on yourself, doing dumb stuff, authenticating birth certificates. Oh, you know what you could do too? Go on YouTube and look up Taj Tariq Bey, Dangers of the UCC. Go look those up, watch those. If you're confused about birth certificates and all that stuff. Islam to all the Moors. Read every day. Why isn't it what you just said the same thing that USAR said? If we have the same goal, why can't we find a way to coexist instead of violating Act 3 of divine constitution and bylaws given by the prophet? These people don't honor the prophet. So bringing him up is futile. Don't bring the prophet up now. Find me where USAR honored the prophet. If they honored the prophet, they'd be calling themselves Moorish Science Temple of America, or Moorish Holy Temple of Science, or Moorish Divine and National Movement. If they honored the prophet and they're going to bring up divine constitution and viola Act 3 violations. Just remember, the coexistence happens when everybody gets back to one temple and one prophet. Until that happens, people are playing games with you. And we're going to do our best to stay as close to Noble Drew Ali as possible and not stray for the idol gods of Europe of whom we knew nothing. We're with Noble Drew Ali before anybody. And if what they're saying isn't matching up to what Noble Drew Ali said, we're definitely not hearing anything these people are talking about. So we can't be bringing up. You can't be bringing up USAR as if they're important or something like that. These people are not important. Right? We don't need to coexist with traitors. We've done that, and nothing comes out of it. when you coexist with traitors and sellouts. You cannot coexist with traitors and sellouts. USAR and all the other whatever they made up claiming that they're the whatever for the Moors, and you got to go through them, make some more empire, all the whoever's out there, Moorish consulate, Moroccan consulate, whatever BS they're talking about, Ampag, MATD, whatever crap they're selling. None of that is in line with what Noble Drew Ali brought. Because if it was, they would be calling themselves what Noble Drew Ali brought, not making up some fake stuff. And it's just that simple. If that's too advanced for you, then you probably need a helmet and all that stuff. Nobody's mad. I'm Noble Drew Ali. We say more Science Temple of America. We say Divine and National Movement. We say Moorish Holy Temple of Science. We're with Noble Drew Ali. We're not with the fakers who pretend to be with Noble Drew Ali, but they're not called, nor are they members of what he brought. But they're trying to convince me that they're the man. They're a fraud. Ain't nobody mad. Life is good. These dummies get me mad. The name is keeping you from the mission of uplifting fallen humanity. No, the sellout individuals that made this name. Not the name. Forget the name. It's the people behind the name who are the sellouts and the traitors of this. The sellouts and the traitors of this. I didn't come into the Moorish whatever to escape some BS or whatever like that. I've been honorable, even as a black guy. I've been honorable. I've never not been honorable. I'm found about Moors and then now, oh, my principles are different. Love's been the first principle. Truth's been the principle. And like I said, we've been uplifting fallen humanity because you can't even get Cannon Bay on the phone or whatever like that. And we've been on the phone for hours dealing with your issues. How come the President Cannon Bay, how come you didn't call him? How come it's Grand Sheik Kudjo that you end up calling when there's issues? How come it wasn't President Cannon Bay? Stop the BS. People are a fraud. They haven't even helped you. How you pushing? How you repping for them? Done nothing for you. And if they did something for you, prove it. Please prove it. I don't hear you telling me Cannon Bay was on the phone with you and whatever with your issues. Mhm. So you want them to do all their business in what the prophet brought. Yes, that's what they should be doing if they're saying that they're with this. At least be a member of it. At least be a member and support that. What you're a member of before you go make up your own stuff because of whatever reason you're making up. And remember, we're not talking about businesses and stuff like that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Moors who say that they're the Moorish government. They're the Moorish whatever for all the Moors when nobody voted for these people. They just made up some stuff, made up a flag, made up a name, made up a whatever, made up a position, made up a wedding to try to connect the Moors to the... Stop the foolishness. Stop the foolishness. If they're saying that they're government, then do it how Noble Drew Ali did it. And if you're not going to do it, then shut the hell up and go somewhere in the corner. Stop causing confusion. Making up stuff that never works. How much people are going to make up stuff that doesn't work for us to say, you know what, maybe we should stop making up stuff that doesn't work? How much? Right? If we go back, and all the whoever's that claimed they were government, how much ever people claimed that they were consulates, none of it worked, right? All it did was steal people's finance. Anybody saying the Moorish government and they have some type of title, supreme, whatever like that, stealing people's finance, sold everybody out. Anybody claiming that there's some type of society of whatever, association of whatever, anything, right? All of it. Oh, we can do this because, you know, this is our jurisdiction and whatever. Fraud, playing people. Anybody pressing up cards and pushing cards and telling them, oh yeah, come get this card over here because this is the real card because the barcode is on it, and then the barcode is going to make them get you the disclaimer that you're in the government of the BS, playing people. Right? Are you absolutely sure that they are not doing that? Or do you just believe that? Do you have recent receipts? I don't. Mess with those people. Why would I have receipts from them? Why don't you go ask them for receipts? Why are you asking me for their receipts about the good work that they did? How about the good work I've done with you for hours? How about that good work? Find me the good work that they did, like what I did for you. Find them and ask them for their receipts of the good work that they've done. Should a nationality card have a barcode on the back of it? What would that mean? If a nationality card has a barcode at the back of it, and the thing gets swiped, and on the computer pulls up the same stuff that's on the stuff that where they can read it, then that barcode's on there just so that it looks like the other cards that swipe. Because remember, everybody's going to swipe whatever card it is, right? You know. Now, They've gone from swipe to tap now. So now what now the 500 that you spent for the barcode card, now that doesn't work. Because now you have to tap. And only tapping is going to make something come up on the screen now. So some things are incompetence. Some things are to go with the times. Some things are, this is just what you're going to get. Because you can get the barcode with the stripe. And then if you could swipe the stripe, and then the computer comes up and it says, I am, whatever, like that, and it gives the disclaimer of the whatever, and that means that, they're going to let you go instead of pulling you over and all that stuff. All right, great. Well, where's the other? Because, we're going to need some type of track record. One individual doing this stuff and it working, that doesn't mean jack. Bring me 20 or 50 people who this stuff worked with. So the does it work campaign never dies. Because everything should work, even the fraudulent stuff. Because the people who you're presenting it to are fraud. Whatever it is that you're presenting to them. So if those people are a fraud, then why wouldn't fraudulent stuff work? Which would mean the de jure stuff would have to work too then, if the fraudulent stuff works. And then if ultimately the de jure stuff works, then why you even need to go to the fraudulent one? If the de jure stuff works already, why are you doing stuff 50 times? You could just do it once and get it done with. It's just observances based on the time that I've been in this. I'm not even come yesterday. I didn't come yesterday. I've seen many people get in this and fall off their horse, break their leg, and never get on a horse ever again. He just said, forget this. You say, forget this. Right, leave this. Have nothing to do with this. See them, and they went back to being Negro black color. We're still here. All the BS that people tried, throwing rocks through windows and leaving dead rabbits in front of the spot, smearing feces all over the door handle, and all the BS that they tried, still here. How dare you challenge us and not these people who were here for 2 years, haven't done jack. All they do is talk shit. Can't show you anything that they've done. Can't show you anything that they've done. Nothing. Right. And again, when I go on tour and I go to all these people's territory and we put the flyers out there that we're going to be in their territory or whatever like that, but then they're never going to show up there, but then they're in the chat. Why don't you show up to the spot where we're at in your own territory? Right? We went to AMPAC's territory. We were in their jurisdiction. And they all knew that we were there too. We even met people's brother that were in AMPAC. And their brother wasn't repping for some AMPAC. How the hell are they going to convince me? They can't even convince their brother to be down with it. Full of BS. Does everything need attention or spoken on when issues of dirty habits start becoming occurrences? Well, the fact that the habits are becoming occurrent should let you know something. And then if you notice that gash is starting to turn green and purple and all that stuff, you probably need to do something about that. You probably need to go do something about that. You know, that's where it comes into, again, using your common sense. That if somebody if people's actions prove who they are, and based on the actions that someone does, you know they're nuts. And they do the action and it proves to you again that they're nuts. And they do the action and it proves to you again that they're nuts. Do you need more convincing than that? And if you do need more convincing like that, you need to check yourself. How much time are you going to give up 1,000 notes before you realize that you're being played? Okay. Dirty Moors are going to have dirty actions. When you see the dirty actions and carry on with the individual, then that's on you then, right? If it's hardcore proof to you, then that should tell you something. And govern yourself accordingly. Because they definitely can't address everything. Because treason is at an all-time high. Everything can't get addressed, but I mean, you know, things that do get addressed, people better take heed to them being addressed. You know. Yeah, it goes both ways. You know, you might get dirty too for messing with them. So again, it comes back to you know, knowing who you're dealing with, knowing that I already saw his two-faced actions, so I'm going to deal with him on this face. He's not gonna get to see me with the other face that he likes to use. Maybe the kind of spirit they got around them has them not coming correct. Might not even be them. Maybe they got parasites. Maybe it's a parasite thinking for them. That's not even them being a dirty Moor. That's the parasite in them. They're gonna prove themselves to you. So after they prove themselves, you have your decision to make. After they prove themselves. Islam to all the Moors worldwide. Supreme honors. Supreme honors to all the Moors. Honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. We know the work that he did. We know the work that he did because we're living it. We're living proof of the works of Noble Drew Ali. The Moorish Americans. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. Supreme honors, supreme love to all the Moors worldwide. Don't forget riseofthemoors.org. Get up to date with the next Moorish meetup near Atlanta. Honors to all. Honors to Noble Drew Ali. Love and peace. Islam.